said it was long.
I'll start with the short one.
That's goofy. Go ahead, ask again.
Just yes or no, do the Clerks 2 in action figures, they have a date yet?
No.
Okay. My other question is, now that the dust has settled and people have long forgot about it, I wanted to get your honest opinion on Southland Tales, the movie, your performance, and how you got involved in the comic book.
Richard just asked me. I'd known Richard. I met him in line for, what was I seeing? Charlie's Angels 2, Full Throttle. I really wanted to see it because I was a big fan of fucking Charlie's Angels, surprisingly, because I'm not really a big Drew Barrymore fan, but I dug that movie. I was like way into it and shit. And so much so that like when I heard they were making a sequel, immediately went and told my wife. And she was like, why would I care? I was like, we saw it together and you liked it because it was girls kicking ass. She was like, whatever. I'm like, but there's gonna be more. She's like, of course there'll be more. It made money. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. So anyway, we got tickets to go see the second one, the premiere and whatnot. And we're standing in line and Allie Larder was with us and she was with this dude. And this dude was like asking me a bunch of questions about the movies and whatnot, and he was asking me about working with Vilmos Zsigmond and shit. And, you know, I was just sitting there talking to him and whatnot, humoring him, and then it turned out it was Richard Kelly. And I was like, oh my God, if I'd known it was Richard Kelly, I would have had some questions for him. Like, what the fuck does your movie mean? So we became friends and whatnot, and then at one point he was like, hey man, I'm making this movie Southland Tales, I want you to be in it. And I was like, wow, thanks man. He's going, but I got this vision of you, basically as a legless Iraqi war vet. And I was like, wow, okay, I guess, nobody's ever saw me that way. He said, oh, he's going, but the problem is, he's going, it's not a problem. He's going, I just don't know how you feel about it. I don't want you to be offended, but how would you feel about losing weight for the role? And I was like, Richard, if you cut off both of my legs, I will lose weight for the role. So he brought me on and whatnot, and I was there for one day total, 16 hours straight. And when I got there, he goes, Kev, we're playing with everybody's looks on the movie and whatnot. Like, we just had a bunch of like, what's his name? John from Saturday Night Live. I don't even know his name is John.
Lovitz.
John Lovitz, yeah, his name is John. John Lovitz, you won't even recognize me. He looks like he's got blonde hair and shit. I was like, so he looks like John Lovitz with blonde hair? I might recognize him. And he's like, you're no fun to be around, Kev. You're so literal. And I was like, you're so darko. So he goes, we're playing everyone's look, man. Would you mind if we play with your look? I was like, yeah, no, I guess. What do you want to do? He's like, prosthetics. And I was like, ooh, I've never had that done. Yeah, let's go do it. We go into the makeup trailer, and there's a dude there who does prosthetics he was Schwarzenegger. He said, I used to be Schwarzenegger's guy. And I was like, right on. He's going, so we got a bunch of prosthetics we're going to put on. It was laid out on the table and whatnot in front of the mirror. He's like, the problem is I can't adhere anything to your face because of your beard. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that is kind of a problem. He's going, can you shave it off? I was like, oh, no, sir. Nobody likes to see me bald-faced. I was like, plus I'm playing Silent Bob in a couple months. I don't want to take it off, and then, like, what if it doesn't grow in thick enough? And he's like, okay, what about just taking it down? And I was like, yeah, I guess, man, if you give me an electric razor, I'll set it to like 2 and I'll take it down. So I did that and shaved through it and shit, and then he tried to put the prosthetics on, but it wouldn't stick. You know, he's just like, the hair is still too long. I was like, give me the razor, and I went down to 1, shaved it all down. He's tried it again. He's just like, spirit glue just won't stick because of the hair. He's going, it's kind of pain in the neck, hitting around. And I was just like, oh, God. I was like, all right, man, only for Richard. Shaved it all off and shit. This dude's like, this is gonna work perfect. Lays my chair back and shit. He's like, you might as well go to sleep. It's gonna take a couple hours. So I close my eyes and listen to music, and he's working on my face and shit. And then at one point, finally, the dude's like, you awake? And I was like, I am. You done? He's like, I am. You want to see it? I said, yeah. Sits me up, turns me around to face the mirror, and I have a long, fake beard. So I went and found Richard, and I was like, you're a dick, dude. But anyway, we shot the flick. I saw the flick, I saw it at Cannes, I saw Long Cut, and I saw it at the premiere in Los Angeles. I still can't tell you what it's about. But then I don't think Richard could either. You know, I think Richard, like, we were doing the commentary track for Darko and shit, and we were all finished with it, and we were done recording. I said, hey man, now that we're all free and clear, what does that movie mean? And he's like, I don't know. That's what I thought. But yeah, he asked me to be in it, and I did it. I mean, I got no explanations for it. And then he was talking about he had a grand vision for 3 comic books that lead up to the movie, and I was like, well, I make comic books, so we paired up and did the books as well. Then the movie came out, and everyone went, huh? And that was it. Did you like it, or were you one of those people that was like, what the fuck happened?
No, I did like it, and
you must like it. You got the book.
Comic book, and the artist actually gave me one of the pages with you on it. So.
Oh, right on.
I was hoping maybe after the show you wouldn't mind signing that.
No, fuck that. You sitting there? Or no?
Yeah, I'm sitting there.
All right, then just before I leave, go, hey, and I'll be like, bye.